Good evening, everyone. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, we thank you. We thank you for this awesome opportunity for our boys to showcase their talents and gifts. We thank you, Lord, that they have been chosen and they have also elected to serve their school in this way. Lord, we pray that you will bless them and keep them, that you will make your face shine upon them and be gracious unto them and give them peace. Help them, Lord, to excel and to do well. We give you thanks in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. We are so happy that you decided to join us here live on YouTube for Decision 2020. In the Bible, it says, "Young men, I call upon you because you are strong." And we have called upon some young men here at Mona Prep because they are strong. And we're not just talking about physical strength, no, we're talking about strength of mind, strength of character. These young men are ready to show to you that they are reversing the negative stigma attached to young men in Jamaica in relation to education, in relation to anything social that has to do with young men, Jamaican men. These boys are ready to show to you that they are really, really strong young men. They will be presenting their policy speeches this evening to you, convincing you, telling you why it is that you should vote for them. I hope you are ready. I hope you are ready to hear from our four candidates for the post of head boy for the academic year 2021-2022. They've been through a private interview process with members of staff. They were previously nominated by members of staff, and now they are ready to show to you, to say to you, give to you their policy, their respective policies in relation to their work as prospective head boy of this noble institution. I can see that persons in the chat are ready to hear from our young men, and we just ask that persons bear in mind that others are trying to just pay attention to what's happening in the conversations here, and we're asking you not to spam the chat with the same message over and over. All right, especially when a candidate is speaking. We don't intend for persons to be sending messages about other candidates while that is happening. We're listening. We're pretending as if we're sitting in the hall and we're listening to each person present the speeches. Before we get to these young men, we have some other Mona Prep young men who are really, really representative of the strength of which we speak. And these are some young men who were a part of the Mona Prep community as students, as student leaders in the past. And they are here to share some words of wisdom to the boys here who are waiting in the wings to present their speeches. Help me to welcome Deputy Head Boy from the academic year 2015-2016, Shane Williams. We welcome also Senior Prefect from 2015-2016, Nicholas Christie. We also welcome a Deputy Head Boy from the year 2019-2020, Brian Mayhew, and a recent graduate from Mona Prep, a Senior Prefect from last year, Mr. Tyler Faulkner. Welcome, gentlemen. Welcome, 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 welcome. Thank you for being here with us as we are getting ready to hear from the young men presenting their policy speeches. You are now in high school, all of you, but I'm interested to know if Mona Prep has prepared you in any way for anything that you have experienced in high school. What has it been like? Are we seeing any similarities, any differences in what you experienced at high school, and how it is that Mona Prep has in some way helped you to be prepared for those experiences. I think we can start with the Wolmerian, Shane Williams.
Well, thank you, Mr. Johnson. First of all, I just want to say thank you, Mr. Johnson, for inviting me back to my alma mater. It's truly a pleasure for anybody who gets calls back and, to say a few words of wisdom and encouragement. Regarding to how Mona Preparatory School encouraged me to become the person who I am today and to be assisting in the whole prefect body at Wolmer's, it's truly an honor. And to be a part of certain activities, because at the time when I was at Mona Prep, I was in Spanish club, I was in gymnastics, I was a gymnast. And Mr. Johnson can't forget that I was also a part of the speech and drama club as well. So all of those little, activities, well, not little, they really helped out a lot. It really forms up to be the person who you can be and live up to your potential. So it definitely helped me to prepare to become the best high school student I can be. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Shane Williams. Let's hear from Nicholas Christie.
First, I just want to say thank you, sir, for bringing me back. As Shane said, I would say at the very basic level, it's really the same thing because you really are at school still, but the difficulty, the academic rigor, the deadlines, the pressure is increased tenfold. And just being at Mona really helped me a lot with that, especially the student government, the young head boys, head girls, deputies, all of that, just the responsibility, the accountability that gave you going into high school, that really helped me to be my best self, really, as an academic student and in student government at Campion and all that kind of thing. So I think really a lot of the student government aspects that Mona has really helped me to make that next step onto Campion.
All right, so we're seeing that two persons who are part of the same process have continued in that tradition and are now a part of their student government body at the respective high schools. We go now to Brian Mayhew.
Hi, good evening, and thank you for inviting me here. It was a really pleasure to be able to speak to people that are younger than me and doing something that I went through as being a deputy head boy. And I think being at Mona, it provides you with doing French and Spanish, simple things like that. Well, they're really not simple because when I was in first form and we started French, there are also people who are doing this for the first time. So I think Mona has a lot of opportunities and subjects that a lot of schools really don't do. So when you go to high school, it's not new to you and it's not a scare because you're already prepared for it because Mona has done a lot to introduce you to new things. And I think it really prepared me for what was in store at high school.
That sounds good. I hope those who are on YouTube listening, you're actually listening to what is being said here, that, we are trying our best to prepare you for what is to come in the future. And the newbie among us, he just graduated last year, Tyler Falk. Now, what have you to say about the preparation that you've had here at Mona Prep? Are you seeing anything similar or different in your experiences there at Campion College?
Sir, well, as I went into Campion, I noticed the work it got a lot more. And so basically, I think it helped me a lot with that, like more studying and more work, practicing more and trying to get my best results. And I think Mona really helped me with that because the teachers were so kind and helping. And so I think that's what helped me to transition into high school. Thank you.
Excellent. Thank you, Tyler. And I feel like I need to deepen my voice so I can fit in with this group of young men here. But very, very, very well done and very well said, gentlemen. And you were a part of this process here. You were campaigning to become head boy of Mona Prep in your respective years. And we want to know what it was like for you campaigning in the election process. Was it easy for you? Was it hard for you? How were you feeling through it? What were some highlights for you? Do you have any memorable moment of your campaign process? I think we can start now with Brian.
Well, for me personally, I think that the campaigning process helped me a lot because I did speech, but I had never done a solo poem. And I think like going up on the stage and doing my speech for Head Boy, it really helped me. And I think after that, I actually did a solo poem. Pretty sure I got a silver medal. But like before that, I don't think I could have ever like just stepped onto the stage and talked in front of so many people. It's a real like it gives you exposure and it really helps. Even as young as I was running for Head Boy, it does help you. And I think even now today, I'm more comfortable. Even now talking to an audience, it really does help a lot with your public speaking, things like that.
Great. And Brian is referencing being actually being on stage in front of the population in the hall. And I suppose it would have been the same thing for Nicholas and Shane. So Nicholas, what about you?
A lot of what Brian said, I will definitely reiterate that public speaking is a real big thing. Personally, for me, I found the whole process together really enjoyable because the other candidates I was going up against were a lot of my friends, and I'm a very competitive person, and going up against people that I respect, people that I admire, was really a really enjoyable experience overall for me.
Great. And it's a similar thing that's happening this year because I remember one of the candidates saying, guys, can we just agree that we're still going to be friends after this? We're competing, but we're all friends. Let's just enjoy the process. And I found that very heartwarming coming from one of the candidates there. Shane.
Yes, sir. Everything about it was an exciting experience. I actually had lunch with a couple of friends a couple of months ago, and Xavier Clark was my campaign manager at that time when I was running for Head Boy. And we were talking and discussing, at usual dinners, And he said, Shane, you remember when I was your campaign manager? And I'm like, yeah, I remember. Everything apart of this process is exciting, even though it can take up a lot of energy. Enjoy the moment, enjoy everything about it, because this is something that you're going to remember for the rest of your life and bonds people together, truly.
Excellent. Thank you, Shane. Now, Tyler would have had a different experience from the three of you because he was a part of the first set of students to campaign virtually, and we had the entire process being done online. So, Tyler, what was it like for you?
Yeah, I think campaigning online was a bit difficult at times because it was kind of hard to find people for you to like spread your word for them to vote for you. It was kind of hard to get that message across, but it was a fun experience and it's something I would definitely love to do again. And so I really think I learned a lot from that experience as well.
Great. And I think I remember last year, Tyler, all the boys who were campaigning were best friends. And I remember seeing a picture of all of them on the beach together, enjoying themselves. So that was really something to see. So before we go into the speeches, just your final words of encouragement to the boys who are very nervous. And you heard them earlier while we were in the Zoom call, saying they were nervous, some people tired, some people stressed. What do you have to say to them now? Just a few words as they are about to embark on a very momentous occasion. Tyler, go ahead.
Stay focused and be confident.
Well said. Shane.
When you read your speech, you are not there by yourself. You are not one. You're representing everybody who supported you through the process, your parents, your family, teachers, all different kind of staff, and probably for some, most of all their friends.
All right. Nicholas.
Have fun. That's my big point. Have fun. This is an enjoyable process. Take your time, take a deep breath, and go be your best self. Be your best.
Thank you, Nicholas and Brian.
I would say, as Nicholas said, have fun. All of us went through it and we're still here. Speech might not go perfectly, but it doesn't matter. It's really about enjoying the experience because it really is an experience, as we say, and you'll remember it for a long time. So I would say just do your best, be confident, as Tyler said, and yeah.
Thank you. Have fun. Be your best. Be comfortable. Be confident. Thank you, gentlemen, for being with us. We'll check in with you again at the end of the presentations. See you soon. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are getting ready to hear from the 4 candidates who are running for the post of head boy for this academic year, 2021-2022. This is Decision 2021, and we are so happy that you've joined us. I see that persons are being engaged in the chat. Persons are congratulating all the candidates. Good luck to all the boys. I'm seeing from Liam Delissa, who's a student. I'm seeing Kaya is saying good luck to all the candidates, and she said earlier how Brian looks so different. We're hearing from Zoe Kamali, who's a candidate. Good luck, guys, she's saying. So is Kai. I think Kai is their classmate as well. Teachers are here. I see our principal. Good evening, Dr. Vassell, saying congratulations to our young male leaders. Whatever happens on election day, you are true winners. And I think I want to leave it right there and introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, the campaign manager, the first campaign manager, who will be introducing the first candidate. This campaign manager's name is Graham Wright.
Evening, Monaco family. My name is Graham Wright, and I'm here to introduce the best candidate for head. The candidate I will introduce to you is a hardworking student, and he welcomes your suggestions for the improvement of our wonderful school. His mission this school term is to inspire the children of Mona Prep through what he does. He has been at this institution since K1. He has been class and vice captain consistently in his classes. He participates in many extracurricular activities, such as cricket and chess. His hobbies include football and running events. He is consistently on honor roll, specialist honor roll, and Hall of Fame. And he also has good leadership qualities. It takes a special and responsible person to take on leadership. For many years, the candidate I will be introducing to you has been a longtime best friend of mine. He wants to help the students and teachers in a way he can. He's the best choice for head boy. Please welcome the willing candidate for head boy, Joshua Shannon.
Donald McGonagall once said, "Leadership is an action, not a position." Moderator and Director of Elections, Mr. Johnson, Chairman, Mr. Taft, other members of the board, Principal, Dr. Boyd Vassell, Vice Principal, Miss Dixon, teachers, parents, invited guests, students, and friends, good evening. I am here to state my claim as to why I should be a head boy for the school year 2021 to 2022. I want to inspire the children of Mona Prep through what I do. I am a person who has consistently been on the honor roll and specialist honor roll, a person who has been featured in the literacy voice competition, a person who has good leadership qualities, as I am and have been captain and or vice captain for my class consistently. Do you remember Fun Friday? The day where we can relax after a hard week or having a bad day. A day where we can spend time with our friends. There are a lot of benefits that can come from it. For one, Fun Fridays are a great way to end the week on a high after working hard all week. It helps regain confidence after a week of pain and hardship. Number two, it makes this institution more sociable. Fun Friday activities and games help individuals to spend some time with each other and get to know each other better. have conversations, and eventually make the school more sociable. Number 3, and lastly, it helps in decision making and problem solving. It may sound unusual, but every activity, be it work related or purely recreational, requires some amount of decision making skills at every level. It helps test your skills while having fun. This event benefits you in many ways, including academically. So a lot of us miss this event. Well, if you vote for me for head boy, we can make this happen again. We just need to cooperate. All I am asking is that you make donations. These donations will be used as some of the items the students will use in this event. I know some of you might be a bit timid to do that this term because COVID-19 is still around. Well, you don't have to do it this term. I will also be accepting them next term. If it is something else you want to donate, such as a football, a chessboard, or any other donation that is not money, you can show it to me after school. I just want to let you know that we might not be able to start this project until the last term because of challenges. I have also asked the parents if they could help and supervise the project. I also want to thank the PTA because they're the ones who have inspired me to revive this event. If you vote for me to become head boy, I will start another project. In this project, students and teachers will be able to socialize in a private environment. I know that some people are shy and are not that open to socializing in such a public environment. I also know that students are not that open to doing homework with each other anymore. The location for this project will be right in front of Miss Miller's classroom where the benches are. I have also asked another teacher if she could help supervise this event. The mission for this project is to have an area where people can do homework and talk to each other about things in an environment where there are not a lot of people to bother or disturb them. They can do it in a private space. While they get help with their homework, students grow academically. While students help each other, they grow socially. Through these projects, Mona can grow socially and academically. I know a lot of students have fallen back in school because of COVID-19. These projects can help. Mona needs someone who can understand the problems we face. Mona needs someone who can lead. Mona needs someone who can be an example. Mona needs someone who can help others. Mona needs Joshua Chana as their head boy. On election day, vote Joshua Chana. Remember, when put to the test, Chana will be best. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joshua Chana. When put to the test, Chana will be best, is what he is telling us this evening. And we hear him appealing to the academic as well as the social side of our student and our school population at large. Thank you so much, Joshua. We move now to our next candidate to be introduced by the campaign manager, who happens to be Jessica Denister.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jessica Denister. I'm here to introduce you the best candidate for head boy. My candidate has been attending this prestigious institution for 7 years now. In this time, he has achieved extraordinary things. He is a leader who excels both in extracurricular activities and academics. He is smart, creative, responsible, honest, and respectful. If you want your head boy to be compassionate, to be caring, to be reliable and responsible, then with no shadow of a doubt, you will vote Stephen Rose. For the best season, vote Stephen. Vote Stephen Rose for your next head boy.
Thank you, Jessica. Change will not come. Change will not come if we wait for some other person or for some other time. Moderator, Mr. Brian Johnson. Chairman, Mr. Joseph Taft. Principal, Mrs. Jacqueline Boyd Vassell. Vice Principal, Mrs. Citrine Dixon. Teachers, other members of the school board, parents, special guests, my fellow students and candidates, good evening. The quote I started with by Barack Obama is an important one. In these challenging times, modern preparatory school needs a leader. Our school deserves a head boy who is compassionate, hardworking, caring, and diligent. A person who can represent you as students. A person who understands your fears and doubts. A person that will help this school to be one of the best in Jamaica. I strongly believe that it is my responsibility to be that leader if students and staff members vote for me as your future head boy. My name is Stephen Rose, and I am in grade 6 hall. I have been attending Mona Preparatory School for 7 years now. During this time, I've been participating in activities such as drumming, football, speech, and swimming. I have also received academic awards, including the SARS Award, the Principal's Honor Roll, the Honor Roll, and the Achievers Roll. Along the way, I've gotten 2 gold medals in the JCDC Speech Festival, a silver medal in the first ever Literary Voice, and a gold medal with our relay team on Sports Day. I have also been in leadership roles, such as utility captain and sub-prefect. These are the qualities and accomplishments you should want for your future leader. If I'm elected head boy, my gift to the school would be a new lost and found suite. Because let's face it, we've all lost things before. But I have a solution to our lost and found needs. People aren't likely to dig through a giant box looking for just one item, like in our current lost and found box. So I propose we try a better, more organized system, a lost and found suite, LAS for short. But most definitely, we must keep it simple. We could make a log of each and every item with a description of that specific item. There will be label storage boxes for smaller items, hang racks for clothing, and shoe racks. But alas, we cannot keep all the items forever. So we wash the washable items and donate what's left at the end of each semester to prevent pileup of the lost and found organizational suite. To do this, I would like to get permission from the school to have fundraisers and also secure private sponsors to do these initiatives. Whether you are in grade 1 or grade 6, I guarantee you a vote for Stephen is a vote for leadership, a vote for happiness, a vote for better services, and most importantly, a vote for Stephen is a vote for change. Remember, on election day, vote for Stephen for the best season. It was indeed my pleasure sharing with you my vision for this noble institution, and I want to thank all the staff members who have helped in this process of nominating me as a head boy. May God continue to bless you, and I encourage you to exercise your rights at the polls. Thank you.
And thank you, Stephen, there, saying that if you want a better season, vote for Stephen, vote for change, he says most importantly. Thank you so much, Stephen Rose. That was our second candidate vying for the position of head boy. We heard also about his projects, the LAFS project, LAFS, Lost and Found Suite. If you want change, vote for Stephen. We move now to our third campaign manager to introduce the third candidate. The campaign manager's name is Jaden Gale.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jaden Gale. It is my pleasure to introduce my candidate for head boy, Sean Tennant, to you. Many of you only know Sean as the quiet kid who never gets into trouble, but Sean is so much more than that. Sean is a quiet force to be reckoned with. Beneath his quiet attitude is a brilliant mind that is brimming with ideas. His ideas will speak to you in his policy speech about how we can make our lives at Mona Prep as students and teachers so much better. But Sean not only has a bright mind, he also has a good heart. He does not only think about himself, he also thinks about others. And that is why so many of his ideas as head boy relate to how we can help others. Those of us who play online games with Sean know how quickly his quiet attitude disappears and is replaced with excitement and passion. Sean has this excitement and passion not only for games but for Mona Prep as well. And the final thing I want to say about Sean is that he's a natural and experienced leader. He has served as a student leader for many years, leading as both class captain and vice captain on several occasions. I know Sean very well, and I know that he will act as an excellent head boy for Mona Preparatory School. So please listen carefully to his ideas in his Triple S strategy. For leadership with vision, leadership with value, and for leadership in action, I give you today Sean Tennant.
Moderator and Director of the Electoral Commission, Mr. Johnson, Chairman of the Board, Mr. Joseph Taft, Principal, Dr. Vassal, Vice Principal, Mrs. Dixon, esteemed teachers of the Mona Preparatory School, my fellow students and friends, good evening. My name is Sean Tennant, and I am honored and humbled to be given the opportunity to run for the position of head boy. I am honored because it is a great responsibility and privileged to even be considered worthy of representing you. I am humbled because I have been nominated among such great friends and classmates, all of whom are exemplary student leaders. Thank you very much, teachers and staff, for nominating me. So, who am I? What do I bring to the table? And why should you vote for me? Well, my fellow students, I offer myself to you as a humble leader, as one who has quietly led in various ways all throughout my life here at Mona Prep, from vice captain to class captain on multiple occasions. I offer myself to you as one who has represented the school in our award-winning speech choir. I offer myself to you as one who has consistently been on the honors, achievers, and exemplary conduct roll. Students and friends, I offer myself to you as a tried and proven leader. My fellow students, if elected as head boy, I promise that I will lead with values, vision, and action. The values that I will exemplify are integrity, empathy, and excellence. Integrity is important to me because honesty and doing what is right are fundamental to who we are as Mona Prep students. Empathy is critical because it is only when we understand and feel what others are going through that we can properly represent their views. And excellence in all that I do, if elected as head boy, is what I commit myself to. So my fellow students, leadership with values, which lacks vision, is like a tree without roots. But I intend to do great things if elected as head boy because I have a vision. What is this vision? I call it Sean's Triple S strategy for maintaining mental well-being at Mona Prep. Why focus on the mental well-being? Am I saying that we are all crazy? No. And mental wellness isn't for crazy people. Mental wellness is for all of us who are stressed and stretched to the limits and are tired and pressured, all of who are pepped out. Can any of us relate to that feeling? Homework, extra lessons, and tests on top of tests. We are bearing out, especially in these COVID times. My Triple S strategy is a vision for helping us to cope, to maintain our mental wellness. So the first S in my triple S strategy relates to a dream of mine to create a space, a recreational space that is just for us. Somewhere with benches where we can sit and chill. I propose to work with the principal to find a suitable location and to organize a fundraising drive where parents and other persons can donate benches, which will be tagged with their names as a memorial to their generosity. Now, the second S in my triple S strategy is what I call stress relief. This relates to equipping us, students and teachers, with tools and techniques that will help us to relieve our stress in healthy and fun ways. The final S relates to service. You know, when we think about how hard it has been for us to deal with COVID-19, we also need to recognize just how blessed we have been. A lot of children, the same age as us, haven't been going to school since COVID-19 was declared a pandemic because they do not have any devices or internet. Some kids have parents who have lost their jobs. If elected as head boy, I would like for us to work together to see how we can help others who are in need. We have been blessed, and I want us to have a desire in our hearts to share our blessings with others. So, my friends, I have described to you my values and my vision. Let me end by appealing to you for your vote, because if you elect me as head boy, you will see me in action, serving you as your elected representative, as we also seek to serve others. My fellow students, I am Sean Tennant. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean Tennant, there with his triple S strategy. The first S for space, a recreational space. The second, stress relief. And the third, for service. If you believe in Sean's triple S strategy, then vote for him on election day. We move now to our final campaign manager, who will, of course, be introducing the final candidate of the evening. The name of the campaign manager is Dashawn Smith.
Good evening, my Mona Prep family. Are you ready? Are you ready for this election? Are you ready to win? If it is a sports competition, we have won it. If it is an exam, we have won. If it is overcoming this pandemic corona, we have won it. Mona, we want to keep winning. Do you want to build back our competitive spirit with a virtual sports day? Do you want to have a mentor to talk to throughout this pandemic? Well, today, I present to you the right candidate who will help us to build back our competitive spirit. The well-rounded student who knows about winning. Our next head boy who will help us to win. None other than Campbell Wilson!
Moderator, Mr. Brian Johnson. Chairman, Mr. Joseph Taft. Principal, Dr. Jacqueline Boyd Vassell. Vice Principal, Mrs. Citrine Dixon. Members of staff, guests, parents, and fellow students, good evening. My name is Campbell Wilson, and I am very honored to be nominated as a candidate for head boy. If I am to be elected, I think you should know me a little more. I believe in excellence in academics and in sports. I am a competitive footballer with a dream to play professionally in the English Premier League. I am a proud member of the Monarch football team that won the Henriquez Cup in 2018. I will always treasure the memory of a game in which I scored 6 goals. Funnily enough, a local newspaper called me Campbell Wisdom when reporting my 6 goals. Who knows, maybe they did it on purpose. I have also been a part of the Mona track team and have participated in swimming. I won Champion Boy on Sports Day 2019, representing the proud views of Saunders House. I have achieved academic excellence every year since kindergarten 1 at Mona Prep. I made the honor roll and specialist subject honor roll for several years, and I am very proud to have made the principal's honor roll also. One special memory I have was winning the Smart Egg Drop competition with my team in grade 3. But enough about me. Let's talk about what I would do for the school as head boy. My plan is to implement a mentorship program between us students. Upper school students can mentor those in lower school helping them with academic work, but also be a support system in many ways. COVID-19 has been a real challenge, and mental health is a serious issue that needs all our attention. I intend to encourage my fellow candidates, prefects, class captains, and sub-prefects to participate as mentors, student leaders of Mona Prep who have developed those strong traits such as confidence, honesty, and reliability while showcasing the school motto, I serve, would be assigned to lower school students who are having difficulties coping with the new normal. To go along with the mentorship program, let's also have a little fun. Who misses sports day? I know I do. My plan is to have virtual sports day. The different houses can have teams participate in team quizzes in different categories: educational, sports, current affairs, and entertainment. We can use quizzes or even Kahoot, which are platforms already in use at school. And we can play safe online games once they are approved by the school administration. Different representatives from each house can join a Zoom meeting to participate in the quizzes. Maybe one day in the not too distant future, we can do some physical sports activities also. Perhaps we can use the parking lot with a small track for sprint races and other spaces to make creative obstacle courses and other COVID-friendly games. May the best house win. We recognize that there are sometimes connectivity problems, so my family will donate my 5 devices to Mona Prep. These will provide backup internet in the event of any power cuts or network problems. So let us, as a school family, serve each other and make things better during these difficult times. Mona Prep has given a lot to me. It has contributed to my growth and development. I come from a dedicated Mona Prep family. I have 2 brothers currently in lower school, and my mother, many cousins, uncles, and aunts all receive stellar educational foundations at this prestigious institution. It will be my pleasure to serve as head boy and do what I can to give back to Mona Prep and make Mona win. Vote Campbell in, he will make Mona win. #win. I thank you.
Thank you, Campbell. Vote Campbell in. He will make Mona win. He wants to have a mentorship program going. He wants to have a virtual sports day competition. He wants to donate some backup internet connectivity devices. If you want Mona to win, vote Campbell in. Thank you so much, Campbell, and thank you to all the 4 candidates who presented their policy speeches. I'm here trying to keep it together because I've been teaching these boys for years, and I am just looking at the growth right here in front of our eyes. These young men really, really are strong, and that's why they've been called upon. Young men, I call upon you because you are strong, not just strong physically, but strong in mind and aptitude in everything that you put your abilities to. We want to re-invite our 4 panelists who spoke to us earlier about their experiences currently as well in the past being a part of this process. We want to hear from Brian Mayhew, from Nicholas Christie, from Shane Williams, and from Tyler Faulkner. What do you make of these presentations this evening? Just give us a few words on what it is that you're thinking, you're feeling about what you just witnessed here online in Decision 2021. Gentlemen, what have you to say? Let's start with the baby, so to speak, of the group. Tyler, what have you to say?
Well, sir, I thought it was some great speeches. People really showed what they can do and what they're trying to implement into the school. They showed how well they're public speaking, and as he said, there has been some growth. As Campbell is my friend, I've seen some growth in him, and I've seen some growth in the other candidates. So I think there's some great policy speeches.
Thank you so much, Tyler. Let's hear from Brian Mayhew, who was a deputy head boy a couple of years ago.
Yes, sir. I think it was good to hear them. Since they're not physical, I think they came with a good energy to try and like stimulate us, even though we're not there in the building. And I mean, my project, thinking of what I was going to do was hard enough, and now thinking that they have to think of something to do virtually. So I think it's good that they could be creative and come up with projects that they could execute virtually, because I remember how hard it was for me and I was doing it physically. So I think I salute them for that, and I respect that a lot, that they had the creativeness to think of these things that they could do even with the pandemic and things like that.
Thank you, Brian. Nicholas Christie was a senior prefect in 2015, 2016. What say you?
Well done, guys. You guys did well. You presented yourself well. I know how you guys are nervous before, but you guys definitely did well. I really like some of those ideas. They're really interesting, very innovative, very, just some great ideas. I remember some of you guys from when I was in grade 6, you guys are like this high when I was there. Seeing you guys grow, it's amazing. It really is amazing. So well done.
Thank you, Mr. Christie. And Shane Williams, who was deputy head boy in the same year that Nicholas Christie served.
Yes, sir. All of 4 of these gentlemen have proven to have great plans and great policies, and demonstrated 4 great distinct personalities, which should be commended for. All of them, presented themselves with very good core values such as strength, creativity, and grit to be very good soldiers in this race.
Thank you so much, Shane Williams, and thank you so much to all these young men who've graced us with their presence this evening. Continue doing the great things that you are doing. We are hearing about you. We're getting videos about you or of you. We're getting text messages. We're hearing that you are doing wonderful things in your respective spaces. So continue to hold your heads up high. We are indeed proud of the growth that you have shown from leaving Mona Prep to now. Keep up the good work, young men, and we look forward to seeing even greater things from you in the future. Wow, good. Now we're seeing in the chat Nyla Grant saying, no, I don't know who to vote for. She's trying to say there. And I think that so many of us are feeling the same way, because these presentations were so excellently done this evening. I want to give you a reminder of the persons that you will be seeing on the ballot on Smart Term when we are voting on November 23rd. That's the Tuesday, about 2 Tuesdays from now. So let's see those faces again. Let's see Joshua Chana. Let us also see Stephen Rose. We're looking for Sean Tennant, as well as for Campbell Wilson. On Tuesday, we had girl power. This evening was real boy power, young man power. Look at the smiles on their faces. I tell you earlier, they were not smiling at all. They were not smiling, but they know that they did really well a while ago. So gentlemen, be proud of the work that you have done. We are extremely proud of you. The chat is going off. We are seeing so many words of commendation for each candidate here. I'm trying to see if I can pick out some, but they're just going. This is amazing, says Cathalia, using her mother's account. We're seeing vote Campbell for the best head boy from Simkaya. We are seeing so many for Campbell, because Campbell just presented a while ago. We're seeing now from about Joshua Chana, hashtag J Chana, and that's from Nyla. We're seeing hashtag Sean Tennant from Charmaine Redwood. We are also seeing, I'm trying to scroll up to see Kendra Heaven saying, I loved all the speeches. Kendra is in grade 5, I believe. We're also seeing from Anna K. Chisholm Price. She's just saying yes with about 5 exclamation marks. These persons in the chat are so excited for all that you guys have done. Vote for Sean. Also, good effort from Campbell. Who's that from? Jaden Gale. All right, that's a campaign manager there supporting two candidates. You see, the love is here. And I think I saw Joshua typing in the chat earlier, commending other candidates as well. I saw the female candidates typing also in the chat, giving words of commendation to our young men. And yes, vote Stephen. Nyla is saying, go Stephen. So Shanna Perkins, or Peters, is also saying, vote Stephen. Jessica Denniston is saying she's the campaign manager. So you see, it's just so many words of affirmation and so many excited persons here supporting all the boys who are represented in the running in Decision 2021 this year. We are going to leave it there for this evening. As we go into our school song, you are now going to be looking at these young men while the school song plays, and you try to, decide which one will it be. But we have something else for you to help you to decide. Next week, Tuesday, we will have the public interview session where all the candidates will be together and they'll be asked two separate questions, two unseen questions related to current affairs, education, Mona Prep Life, and things like that. So we're looking forward to seeing how they can think on the spot. We've been going through some questions in the training sessions, and they've been doing well so far. So I can just imagine what's going to happen next week, Tuesday. All the best, everybody. Thank you for joining us. See you all very soon. Remember to exercise your right to vote on election day. Vote for who you think will bring Mona Prep to a better place. Well, good.